Why is my phone moving so slow?
Is it on my own to find an agency, or do they provide the training? Aren't we an agency?
Mm-hmm.
So it's on her own?
Mm-hmm. Well, tell her that she takes the training. We'll cover that in the training.
Okay.
Is it about a training? Good morning, you guys. Yeah. Hi. Hold on. I'm trying to write. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Rising, Chica. Good morning, you guys. How are you? I wanted to get on today, Monday. I haven't been on in a minute. Of course, I always say that when I get on. Yes, I know. No judgment here, please. Thank you. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? Hey, y'all. Y'all see I need a haircut? I got an afro. So today we're actually going to talk about, I'm going to talk about mentorship. I wanted to have like a real pointed discussion on the benefits of mentorship, why mentorship, what is mentorship, how it can help, does it help, you know, and answer your questions regarding that. So if you have any questions, you know, please feel free to put them in the question mark box at the bottom, because I want to make sure that I get to everyone's question and not miss anything. But if we are just meeting for the very first time, hello, my name is Tracie. I'm the CEO and the founder of the NBDA, so thank you so much for joining. And let's just have a conversation about mentorship. And I want to also highlight our mentors in the NBDA, what they do, why they do what they do, and a little bit about them. Joanne is on here, so I don't know how long you're going to be on here, because you may be at work or you may be dealing with baby. But if we have any mentors who are in the chat, just if you can help, you know, people drop comments and stuff to help respond to it. So yeah, let's talk about mentorship, because a lot of people come to us confused about what mentorship is and means and does. And so first and foremost, mentorship is someone that you commit to working. You guys have an agreement, you sign up, usually within the NBDA. I'm just going to speak specifically for that. Sign up for one of their programs, and our various mentors are based throughout the country, and they all offer virtual mentorship. So, but you sign up for one of their programs, you get in, and for our requirements for certification, you have to have worked with them for a minimum of 3 months. Should you choose to work with them longer than that, because I know there are some mentors who have worked with mentees for up to a year or more, that is totally up to you. They enjoy it, they get a lot from it, and they continue that working relationship. But what mentorship is designed to do, and the reason why I decided way back when the training curriculum was structured to add mentorship as a part of the certification, is because there are a lot of people who come out of doula training not knowing what to do next. And it was like, okay, I got this training, now what? And people feel all energized, but they don't know the steps to take next. And I just felt that it was essential to have like step 1, step 2, and from the step 2, you are committed to gaining the necessary information and education to then grow your business. And that is what mentorship is designed to do. It is to help give you a level up to understand how to create the infrastructure to be successful in this field. So with our mentors, they have to have been in the field for a minimum of 5 years with a successful practice. What does that mean? It means that they are in business and they know how to run a business. Also, these our mentors are staples in their communities. So I think it's very important that they are making an impact where they are. And how do they do that? They do that by consistency, by being a business entity. They do that by knowing the day-to-day operations of setup and breakdown and how to put out fires and to support clients through challenging time. And then there are some of our mentors who are also instructors. I'll talk about that part in just a second. So when you sign up with us and you take our training, now let me get this straight. You don't have to take our training to benefit from, our mentors. You can go onto the website, look under, I think it's, let me see, what is it under? Look, y'all, mentorship. If you click on blackdoulas.org and you click the tab mentorship, you drop down to the mentors and you can sign up to work with them privately. You don't even have to take a training with us to benefit from their services. They're there because they know what it's like to be in a very unique field as a person, as a Black person. I don't like using the term of color when it pertains to Black people. That's my own shit. I digress. But they know what it's like to be in a very unique field and how to handle the intricacies of that. What we're finding is, I meet with the mentors. The mentors have a biannual meeting. So like every 6 months, they come together and it's like a meeting of the minds. And what we're finding is that people don't know what it means to grow a business. People don't know what it means to start a business. People don't know what it means to do the basics. And a lot of times folks want to be spoon-fed information, but you can't be successful in any field without doing your own due diligence and being resourceful. This is your business. When people come into this field, it is your responsibility as an independent contractor when you work with clients to curate, develop, and sustain your own practice. And that is what they are designed to help you understand and do. However, it is not their job to put those practices into place for you. It is your job as the business person to do so. So basically, you get the necessary tools that you need to implement, these strategies, and then take it and grow and run. So let me talk about the difference between mentorship. Thank you, Joanne. Mentorship and shadowing. Mentorship is exactly what I just said. So this can be done from a virtual aspect, from an in-person aspect. It just depends on how your mentorship cohort, the mentor is how they've designed it. Now, shadowing is when you go and watch somebody perform a task, duty, technique, or procedure. So that means you are physically in the same presence usually, and you are watching them do the work. Okay? So basically like you're auditing them in a sense. And you're learning from that. That is shadowing. That is not something that is a requirement from the NBDA to the mentors for them there to do. If they offer shadowing, that is totally up to them, but it's not a requirement for us to the mentors to implement for you guys, because that's a whole different process. It's just a whole different undertaking. It's a whole different level of gaining and understanding. Now, there are doulas who do mentorship and offer shadowing, and you call it mentorship. However, that is not how we define it over here. And honestly, I mean, it depends on what level of information and education and certification you're seeking. But if I was a doula, I wouldn't be offering shadowing either. If I was like, not if I was a doula, like I don't have the time. Like our mentors are busy people. They're busy within their own businesses and within their own practices. So they don't necessarily offer shadowing to that level. So if you're looking for somebody to shadow under, then you need to find somebody who offers that level of training. But for us, if you have trained with us and you are seeking to get certified through us, then it is required that you mentor under one of our NBDA approved mentors. So I hope this makes a little bit of sense. If it doesn't, please make sure you drop your questions in the question box. let me see what else, because I wanted to make sure I covered everything that I marked down. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm getting there. What did I say I was going to cover? Why it's needed and necessary, because y'all don't know what you're doing. Why is mentorship needed and necessary? Because you guys don't know. You just don't know what you don't know, and that is okay. It's okay to not know, and we expect that. We expect you guys to not know, which is the reason for the mentorship. However, it is your responsibility, yet again, to do your due diligence. I always recommend looking at the mentors, going on their pages, on their independent websites. Once you find them through the NBDA, vet them if they offer, to where you can communicate with them just a little bit before signing up. Do your due diligence, because sometimes it could be a philosophy conflict. It could be a personality conflict. It could be maybe that is just not resonating and someone matches you better. You feel that you can learn better from, because ultimately that is what the goal is to learn better so you can be better and grow. But we feel that it is needed and necessary because we understand the level of scrutiny and also the lenses that are out there looking at us doing the work. So we just want you guys to be the best coming from us, and they're going to hold you to that. They are going to hold you to that, and you cannot be upset with them for holding you to a certain level or standard, because those practices are put in place for that reason. They have put those standards in place, within their mentorship structure, so you can learn, so ultimately you can benefit from it. So the reason why it's in place is because it's needed and it's also necessary. And like I said before, the mentors within the NBDA have been there have been in the field, some 6 years, some 10 years, 15 years. You're not getting people who don't know what they're doing. You are actually getting the necessary tools and information that you need from people who know what the hell they're doing. Okay. Let me see. So let's talk about who the NBDA mentors are, and their level of, and what I feel their specialties are, and why they're mentors. So I'm just going to go off the top of, well, no, I'm not, because I can pull it up right here, because I'm sitting at my desk. So I'm just going to go in order. So if you guys are looking on another device, or have, you can look on the computer, or a different device, you can follow along with me. So I'm just going to go in order. And so so I'll start with Michelle, because she's the first one. Michelle plays a lot of roles within the NBDA. She's a founding member, and a founding member means somebody who joined the NBDA within the first year. So she's a founding member. She's also an NBDA instructor. She's also an NBDA mentor, and she also is sits on the advisory board. And so she plays a very intricate role within the structure of the NBDA. And she's a scientist, and Michelle is a brainiac, and she has a strong personality. So what does that mean? It means that not only is she smart as shit, she is going to hold you to a standard of excellence. That's it. And if you want information, and she's really about, and I'm just gonna say it because I told her this before. I said it's always the light-skinned people who be like blackity black. That's her. Like Michelle is like but she's smart as shit. And she has a very successful practice in New Jersey, and she and her husband have a childbirth education program for couples. I think that's amazing, and I hope I'm saying that right. But and she's been in this field, I think for 15 plus years. So she has a lot of layers as far as from a professional standpoint, and then within the NBDA, but also personally and her personality. So you see why she is an NBDA mentor. So people who come through Michelle from either one of her trainings or mentoring with her, they love the experience that they have with her. Cura, same thing with Cura. Cura is in North Carolina. It's always, once again, them light-skinned people who be like, blackity black, black, black. That's who she is and how she, and she's strong yet again. She is going to hold you to a level of excellence. She understands, and both of these women have agencies now. So since joining the NBDA, they have since launched their own agency. So there's a difference between a doula practice and a doula agency. That's for another conversation. But so Cura is in North Carolina. She also offers online mentorship, and she is I like Cura's style because she's really great at, like, you know, strategic marketing and understanding what that means and how to go about doing that. So people who have worked with Cura, you know, once again, she gets glowing reviews. People who come through her mentorship gets glowing reviews. Anya is a founding member also. So all of these women are actually founding members of the NBDA. Anya is in Texas. She's in Houston, Texas, and she's my Libra sister. But Anya is an RN. I'm sorry, RN or LVN. I think it was an LVN. Anya, if you're on here, correct me if I'm wrong. But, and, oh, it's right here. So she was an LVN. And she has been in the field for about, I want to say 6 years now. And when I tell you, when she trained and then she mentored, and she came in already trained, but she accelerated extremely quick. And she's one of the first people in Texas to join the NBDA, and like her business catapulted. And so Anya has been on Vice. So if y'all know Vice, you know, the TV thing, or I don't know, what the hell, I forgot. But you can look it up, you know, during the pandemic. So she was on Vice, but she's very, very active with, you know, on social media. She just gives great, and she also has a podcast. So, so if you have like that clinical lens or have a history of being in the medical field, or even from a logistics standpoint, Anya is also great. Raphael. So Raphael is in Oakland, California, and I'm like, and I be telling folks, I be like, y'all ain't ready. Y'all just not ready. And I say that because when I'm looking at these women, they have really strong personalities. And what does that mean? It's like, it's just, if you're not ready, don't fuck with them. That's just my personal opinion. But if you're ready, they'll totally get you together and, you know, offer you the support that you need. So Raphael has been in the field, I know 10 plus years, but I want to say more like 12 plus years. I want to say more like 13. And she is a midwife in the midwifery program. And no, she's in the midwifery. Is she? I think she's definitely beyond the program right now. So she's getting all of her credentials for her CPM exam. But anyway, just to give you a backstory, very spiritual. So if that resonates with you, Raphael could possibly be a good fit. And she knows how to interweave that within that, but she gonna get you. And then also another thing that I love about Raphael, she is, not only is she an NBDA instructor, all of these people that I'm actually mentioning to you, all of our mentors are all founding members of the NBDA. So I'm not going to go back and say that no more for me. But she is one of our, I would say our lead LGBTQIA, not advocate, person who helps formulate like the full infrastructure and the guidelines and the understanding. So I have now since brought Raphael in on the sex doula training to be one of the instructors for that, because of her level of expertise and the history with LGBTQIA plus community and, you know, and BIPOC. And so she marries both of them. So when you work with a marginalized community or population who is Black and brown, but then when you add another layer of LGBTQIA, and then that's where Raphael fits in. And when I tell you, she's one of my favorite people. I love her to death. She's more, yeah, she gonna get you. She gonna pull you on some shit, and she's gonna test you. And that's all of them. Ashley is, how can I say it? Ashley's been there. She is, and let me go backwards. So Michelle is an instructor with the NBDA. Raphael is an instructor with us. And everybody else that I'm mentioning from this point on are all also NBDA instructors. So that means that you can not only take your trainings with them, but you can then they're also mentor with them too, should you choose to, because you can mentor with any of these people on here. But Ashley she's just so layered, and that means like from birth to postpartum. I've just watched Ashley completely grow a lot because I'm not doing any more trainings to the level that I was. I always send people to, Ashley's one of the people that I'll send them to because she has sat in with me on every single training that I have taught. Every single one. So she has, when I tell you absorbed every aspect of the NBDA, and she has her own successful practice in North Carolina. She has that military spouse knowledge, and then also understanding the military lens as far as insurance and as far as how to create a mobile business, because you know with the military they move around. So she has had that experience. She is also a traveling doula. She is also a midwifery student, and she is the only doula within the NBDA currently, only doula instructor currently that offers the fertility mentorship too. So if you have taken the fertility training, or if you're signing up for a fertility training in the future, because I just taught one a couple of weeks ago, she would be the one, if you want further mentorship, she would be the one to support you on that. Great. And she's also a lactation, she's a CLC. And so she has that expertise as well under her belt. So when I tell you she's just like this, when you know, as they all are though. Tanja is when you are, you know how you have those people who are focused on one angle and hone in on it and is the shit at it. Tanja is that for postpartum doulas. She has been a postpartum doula for over 10 years. She was in the DMV area, so she understands that geographic region and working with families. She is just that lens and that focus. So she only teaches postpartum doula trainings, and she is, if that is your area of focus, she is the one that you want to mentor under, Tanja, because she will definitely help you understand how it is to work with families. You know, certain areas to look for in reference to COVID when you're working with people and going into their homes on a regular basis, how to work with families, what to do, what not to do from a postpartum angle, the variation between daytime, nighttime, you know, all of that. Tanja is your girl. Juanne, which is actually one of my favorite people to personally talk to. I don't think I've ever told her that. So Juanne, if you're still on here, because she was on here before, but a lot of people call her Dr. J. She is a pelvic floor therapist. She is the first NBDA practitioner to join the NBDA. So she is a founding member. She's been a member since the beginning. And she just one of my favorite people to talk to. She's so smart. I mean, they're all smart. I'm not saying one is smarter than the other, but she has a way of speaking to you that doesn't make you feel less than because she's so smart, but more so just informative. And she has a successful pelvic floor practice. I want to say this right, Joanne, because I know you want to hear. She's from the islands. So where that came from, I've never done that ever in my life. So hopefully I did it justice for our West Indies people. If I didn't, I'm sorry, my bad. But, and she only has this accent that comes out. It's real. It's like, where does this come from? But she's from the island. She's from Barbados. And so she knows what it's like to deal in those dynamics. I hope that makes sense, y'all. I hope that makes sense. So, but she's so smart, and she is another one who, because I love her lens from a scientific angle on sex, she is another one of our sex doula instructors, intimacy coach instructors, and she knows what it's like to, of course, build a business, run a successful business. And she is also an NBDA instructor, as you know, the last several of them are. But, and she has her own coaching. So she knows how to get you in there. And she's just good, y'all. I don't even know how to say it any further. Like, you won't go wrong with any of them, but it just depends on what your focus is, what your desire is, and who you mesh and match with. All of them you will learn from. Our final one is Leah. Oh, and then Joanne only teaches birth. Let me speak specifically about that, because Tanja only teaches postpartum as an instructor. Joanne only teaches birth. So if you are looking for mentors who have that lens and focus, you know, that's the varying difference between them. But actually I take that back, because I'm gonna change it on the website, where she's also, her and Raphael are also gonna be sex doula intimacy coach mentors too. So for people who come through that training, they will then move to the next level and mentor with them. And then Leah, what? Leah is in, Leah, where you at? Okay, I know she up there somewhere. She was in, child. Okay, because Leah has moved. So she was in New York, but I don't know if she's still there. So Leah, maybe you're in DMV. I think she's in DMV. Anyway, say that to say, Leah is one of our mentors and also instructors. I love her. She's been in this field for forever, but quietly. That's what I love about Leah. She moves in silence. Like, you would never know how committed, dedicated, and how much drive she has unless you like talk to her. So she has been a member of the NBDA from the beginning, and then she is one of our only instructors. I know Michelle has done this, but one of our only instructors who offers up to a year mentorship. And I think Leah offers in-person and online as well. Don't quote me. Don't say Tracie said. Just double check that should you choose to work with Leah. But she is a postpartum and a birth doula mentor, and beautiful but strong personality, like soft but strong. She's one of those. So I hope this has helped you guys understand who our mentors are, their level of expertise, their lens, their focus. It just depends on you. But I really want you guys to really understand the benefits of mentorship, why it's needed, why it's necessary, and why for us it is a requirement for certification. We do go back and ask our mentors to complete, several questions before issuing a certification, because we do rely on them we rely on them. Yeah, is this some on my face? Anyway, we rely on them. So does anybody have any questions before I get off of here? I see Joanne was in here answering some, so thank you. I appreciate that. My cup warmer isn't. Oh, for me, I don't offer like private mentorship anymore, but I'm teaching a leadership. What am I teaching? I am teaching next month on the 5th. I am teaching a business mindset masterclass. And the reason why I'm teaching a business mindset masterclass is because, hold on, echo, next. I can't deal with Fantasia this early. All of that yelling, I just can't. I love her, but I can't. I'm teaching a business mindset masterclass next month, and it's on a Saturday. And it's only 6 hours. But the reason why is because once we had the meeting of the minds last year with our mentors, one of the consistent concerns that came up was people don't understand what mentorship is, and then also like the basics of being business minded. And that is one of the major flaws that I've seen. And I can just only speak from us lens of understanding what it means to be an entrepreneur. And I did that whole air quotes is because social media makes entrepreneurship seem easy. It makes it seem fun. And it makes it seem like, oh, you're just going to come out of the gate and you're just going to make all this money because you're working for yourself and it's amazing. And it's just like, oh, you got to do all of this. No, it's not. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your fucking life. And if you have a 9-to-5, you'll leave your 9-to-5 to work 24/7. And there's a lot of headache that goes along with it, but you have to have a certain level of understanding, and it's about changing your mindset. So I am teaching the business leadership masterclass on the 5th of March. It's a Saturday from 9 a.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be covering a lot of stuff. And we're going to be covering things that will help shift you. And then I'm going to be giving you actual tools and tangible techniques that you can then there implement. And what I'm going to do at that point, once that class is done, that class is going to live on our website as a prerequisite to take before or in the course of your trainings before you receive a certification through us. And it will help build you, it'll help guide you, it'll help shift your mindset, and then it'll also lend to any other field, because I know I'm a person with several businesses and they're all at varying different stages. But when you really understand business infrastructure, you can apply it pretty much across the board. And a lot of people don't understand what, how to do that, what that means, how you have to be so consistent with all of them. But that is what I will be doing this coming, I guess it's in a few weeks. So if you are interested in taking the training, you just go over onto our website and you can sign up for it, and you will be a part of that. But we just see it's necessary when our mentors are like, and I see it too, people are asking questions like, oh, how do I do this? And part of being a business person, part of being, an entrepreneur, part of being, an independent contractor, part of growing any entity, you have to be resourceful. And a lot of people are lazy. And point period blank. Folks is lazy as shit. But they do the iceberg analogy. They see the tip of the iceberg and it looks so glamorous, but they don't understand all of the stuff that goes on underneath it. So I'm going to give you all of the stuff that goes on underneath it to help you get to the tip of that iceberg, or to help guide you there, because that's what's missing. I want to give you, do this, do this, do this, do this. And these are the things that I have found to be beneficial. Do you think a doula business guide is helpful? No, I don't think a doula business guide is helpful. If you go on our website, we have doula docs, and we have just like a step-by-step, just like basics. But a doula business guide is not helpful. And the reason for it is because people's level of understanding and interpretation is completely different. So people learn different ways. A doula business guide, although it's cute and it sounds, but it's not. It's not. You have to teach people how to be in business. It's either you're going to, and even at that point, they're still going to learn by trial and error, because they still have to get their challenges under their belt. They have to grow that way. And how do you grow? You grow through failure. And I don't even term it as failure. You grow through setbacks. You grow. That's where your lessons lie. And what I'll be teaching will be applicable for any business. Okay. It will also, I mean, granted, it'll have so you'll be able to apply it to this business as well. But we are living in unique times. It's very different from when our parents was growing up and they had one thing and they could just pay their bills for the rest of their life with it. But we don't live in that particular time. So the average millionaire, you guys, has 7 different streams of income. 7. Okay. What's your 7? Yeah. So, all right, you guys. So I'm gonna hop off because I gotta go work another business actually. But I wanted to get on here, do a check-in. I'm gonna actually leave this live up for you so you guys can go back and watch. Please share, diversify. Yep. Yes, and that is one of the things why diversification is so important when it comes to streams of income. But you can't just pick anything. It's just something that, first of all, there's a way to diversify. There really is a way, and how that it works through leverage. So, and that's something that we will talk about in my masterclass, which is the leadership masterclass on March 5th. Okay. All right, you guys. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm Tracie, and I'll talk to you guys later.